Welcome back guys. The Outer Worlds Part 2 is now available on PC platform, selling on Steam Store for around $70 US. In India it's priced at around Rs 5500, way too expensive. Available on PC Game Pass day 1 of its release. I'll be testing the game on my Rog Ally that comes with Windows 11, Radeon 780M GPU which is based on RDNA 3 architecture. It's a sci-fi action role-playing game which is set in the Arcadia star system that has been invaded by a mega corporation. We play as an Earth Directorate agent who is tasked with uncovering the source of emerging rifts that threaten to destroy the colony amidst a fractional war. The game uses Unreal Engine 5. I have already done my testing. It's playable on Rog Ally, does not exhibit any excessive stuttering. The game officially supports XeSS frame generation and even FSR 4. In order to access XeSS frame generation setting on Rog Ally, you just need to update the in-game XeSS files to the latest ones that you can grab from XeSS SDK version 2.1. Official FSR 4 upscaler uses FP8 model which is incompatible with Rog Ally's GPU. We can simply replace FP8 model's FSR 4 TLL file with int8 model's FSR 4 TLL file. This way FSR 4 will work on Rog Ally. With hardware ray tracing disabled, you need to set the in-game global illumination setting to high, otherwise some shimmering will be produced around the grass. Before jumping into the gameplay, would like to thank Keymailer and Xbox for providing me with a free monthly subscription of PC Game Pass. This subscription gives us access to hundreds of games. We can play these games for as long as we want until our subscription expires. Games from first-party Microsoft Studio and even third-party studios are available on PC Game Pass. Even EA Play membership is included. This game's profile does not pop up automatically in Adrenaline software. In order to gain access to the game's Adrenaline settings, we need to manually add the game shortcut file to Adrenaline. I'll show you the process. Open Xbox PC app, select the game, click on the three dots here, click on Manage, click on Files, click on Browse. Game size is around 77 GB. Open the game's install folder, Outer Worlds 2. Open Content folder. Need to create a desktop shortcut for the game's main exe file. Open Arkansas folder, Binaries folder, WinGDK folder. Select this exe file, the Outer Worlds 2 WinGDK shipping. Right click, show more options, send to desktop, create shortcut. Open Adrenaline software, go to its gaming section, click on the three dots here, click on add a game, click on desktop, look for the game's desktop shortcut file, the Outer Worlds 2 WinGDK shipping.exe shortcut. Select it, click on open. I have already added it to Adrenaline. Now we just need to open the game's Adrenaline profile. There it is. I have enabled FreeSync and VSync. Set the UMA buffer size to 5 GB. My Ally is running on BIOS version 342. Installed Ally's latest official GPU driver that I had support for Battlefield 6 using a 27 watts manual profile. All three power values set at 27 watts. 720p resolution. CPU boost disabled. Connected my FlyDG Vader 4 Pro controller to Ally via Bluetooth mode, X input controller. Just launch the game from Adrenaline software to load Adrenaline settings. Unreal Engine 5 Lumen based global illumination does not work properly in a lot of games running on Windows PCs with integrated GPUs. This issue can be fixed by using D3-D12 proxy. Now I'll be very honest, in Outer Worlds 2, global illumination seemed to work properly on Rog Ally even without D3-D12 proxy, but I'll just install it to be on the safer side. I haven't played the game for a very long period, might not have encountered areas with broken lighting. You can download the proxy file for free from GitHub. Expand the asset section, click on the .zip link here. Just open the proxy's archive file. Select the two files present inside the archive file. Copy. Need to paste the files in the game's install directory. Files, browse. Open the game's install folder. Open content folder. Arkansas folder, Binaries folder, WinGDK folder. Paste the two files here. First, I'll run the game with the in-game FSR 3 upscaler. Also highlight the global illumination related artifact. Launch the game via Adrenaline. Shaders will get compiled at startup. This helps in reducing stuttering. When you run the game for the first time, it will stutter a lot. Performance should stabilize after about 30 minutes of gameplay. Graphics settings, display mode set to windowed full screen, required for using XeSS frame gen. Resolution 720p, no FPS cap applied, VSync is off, upscaler set to FSR 4 on Rog Ally. FSR 3 upscaler will be used as FSR 4 FV8 model is not compatible with Ally's GPU. Using FSR 3's balance preset, sharpness level set to 10% up to you, motion blur disabled, very important for using XeFG, hardware ray tracing off. First I'll run the game using the low graphics preset. In this game, if you set the shadows preset to anything other than very high, shadows will look a bit grainy, but very high preset of shadows come with a big hit on the performance. On Ally, I'll be using medium preset. First I'll run the game with the low preset, global illumination set to low as well. This setting comes with a big hit on the performance. The thing is, if we use either low or medium graphics preset for global illumination, some shimmering will be produced around the grass, the vegetation. This is the game's menu. Yeah, just observe the ugly texture shimmering produced in the background. FSR 3 upscaler. Yeah, we are in. I'm on Paradise Island. Just observe the image quality here. My character is completely stationary. Just observe the ground textures. Ugly shimmering is produced. Not even moving the camera, and just observe the grass patch here. Again, shimmering effect can be seen. We can fix this shimmering around the grass textures by increasing the global illumination setting, setting it to high. Ground textures can only be fixed by changing the upscaler to FSR 4 Int8 model. Image quality is so bad, it's looking blurry as well. The game world, it's looking pixelated, and just observe the green patch here. During motion, yeah, it looks pixelated. Classic FSR 3 upscaler related graphical artifact. FPS is close to 50. I have two companions with me, Niles and Valerie. Okay, I'll fix this shimmering around the vegetation by setting global illumination setting to high. Comes with a big hit on the performance. Resume the game. Yeah, the grass textures are rendered properly now. That shimmering effect is gone, but I can observe some shimmering on the ground textures even when my character is completely stationary. See, bad image stability, and observe this green patch. Yeah, during motion looks a bit pixelated. FPS is close to 42. You can improve the performance by dropping the global illumination preset to medium. Now I'll show you how to install FSR 4 upscaler. You won't be able to access the in-game XeSS frame generation setting out of the box. You need to manually update the in-game XeSS files. FSR SDK was leaked a couple of months ago. It included files corresponding to the Int8 version of FSR 4 upscaler. These files could be used to compile an FSR 4 TLL. Big thanks to Reddit user athlete-dependent926 for doing this and sharing the file with the community. Just click on the Go file link here. From this page you need to download AMD Fidelity FX upscaler dx12.dll file. Click on download next to it. Just download XeSS SDK version 2.1 from GitHub. I'll give its link in the description. Expand the asset section. Click on the .zip link. Download will start. Now I'll install the Int8 version of FSR 4 upscaler. Just copy its AMD Fidelity FX upscaler dx12.dll file that you downloaded from Reddit. Open Xbox PC app. Select the game. Click on the three dots here. Click on Manage. Click on File. Click on Browse. Open the game's install folder, Content folder, Arkansas folder, Binaries folder, WinGTK folder. Replace the existing file. Paste. Replace. That's it. Now I'll update the in-game XeSS files. Just open XeSS SDK 2.1 archive file. Open bin folder. Select the highlighted files. Leave XeSS _ fg.dll, XeSS framegen file. Leave XeSS.dll, XeSS super resolution file for DX12 and Vulkan APIs. Leave XeLL.dll file, XeSS low latency mode file. Copy. Open the game's install directory. Open content folder. Open engine folder. Open plugins folder. XeSS folder. binaries folder, third party folder, Win64 folder, paste the files here, replace the existing files, DXLN version of XeSS Super Resolution not required. We are ready to run the game. In-game settings, same settings as before, Upscaler FSR4 using its balance preset. Then now we have access to XeSS frame generation setting C. Enabling XeSS frame gen will automatically enable XeSS low latency mode. Global illumination set to high, rest of the settings set to low. Games menu, just observe the stages textures. No shimmering is produced now, FSR4 is working. Look at the same sequence here, now we are getting around 40 FPS with FSR3 upscaler. Here we were getting around 42 FPS, so not a big drop in performance. But check out the image quality, character is completely stationary, ground textures, no shimmering is produced this time, all thanks to FSR4 upscaler. And the image quality, it's looking so sharp, difficult to believe that it's not native 720p resolution. Wow, very stable image quality. It's highly recommended to use the Int 8 version of FSR4 upscaler in this game on Rog Ally. This is amazing. The wires, they're not looking pixelated. Okay, now I'll change the settings, use a custom preset. I have set shadows, anti-aliasing and reflection setting to medium. Drop global illumination setting to medium. Resume the game. Yeah, some shimmering will be produced around the grass as I have dropped the global illumination setting to medium. The green patch here, it's not looking pixelated during fast visual motion, all thanks to FSR4 upscaler. Okay, now I'll traverse the city on foot. Enter through here. Lot of NPCs, keep an eye on the FPS counter. I'm targeting a base FPS with a range of 40 to 45. Intel recommends a minimum of 40 as the base FPS for using XeFG, and you can see Ally is barely holding on to that 40 FPS with these settings. FPS will drop to around 35 if I set global illumination setting to high. It's completely up to you. VRAM usage is around 4.1 GB. Not hitting the GPU bottleneck here. Game's performance seems to be limited by the CPU performance, memory bandwidth. But yeah, it's definitely playable on Ally. Okay, now I'll increase the resolution to 900p. Why not? Just change the resolution to 900p via command center menu. Upscaler preset set to performance. Back to the game. Here the image quality, it's still looking sharp. This is amazing. Run around the city. We are getting close to 37 FPS. Slightly better performance when the game was running at 720p resolution with the upscaler preset set to balance. Yeah, 34 FPS. See, so I'll go back to 720p resolution. Just open command center, set the resolution to 720p, change the upscaler preset to balance. Now I'll enable XeSS frame gen. Just set frame generation method to XeSS frame gen from the in-game settings. It will automatically enable XeSS low latency mode. Back to the game. Your frame time graph will become thick like this. It means XeSS frame gen is working. I'll just use XeSS inspector app to verify the status of XeSS features. Just minimize the game. Run inspector app using run as admin. There's the game selected, double click. XeSS frame generation context, yeah, it's running. XeSS low latency context, low latency mode is on. Can see the valid frames getting generated. All good here. Back to the game. Yeah, check out the real world input delay. It's manageable. Animation quality, it's looking much smoother than before. It seems no frame generation is applied around this area of the display, reserved for games UI. not exhibiting any flickering with XeSS FrameGen enabled. Yeah, see, games HUD elements, they are not flickering. This is the in-game XeSS frame generation implementation, not using any mod. Stuttering is not a problem, as you can see. You can set the in-game texture setting to medium. Just increase the UMA buffer size setting. If VRAM usage exceeds 5.7 GB, okay, I'll just leave the settlement area, show you some combat as well. Troopers, you'll be getting slightly better performance in the indoor areas. Found some creatures roaming around. Start shooting. Oh no, this creature coming straight towards me. Use my ability to slow down the game world. Create some space. Vignette effect. It does not disable XeSS FrameGen. Throw a grenade. My companions, they are helping me during combat. This creature appeared out of nowhere. This one's dead. So good performance on Rog Ally. Just make sure update the in-game XeSS files to the latest one to use XeSS FrameGen, and you don't even need to use any mod to access the int8 version of FSR 4 Upscaler. Just replace the FP8 FSR4 DLL file with the int8 FSR4 DLL file. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.